Do we have 500,000 anywhere? 500,000. 500,000 anywhere? 500,000. Stefan, what are we doing? $1 million anywhere.
$1 million.
Interesting bid. $1 million.
Actually, for a car that cost $2 million when it was new, perhaps a little bit of a bargain.
Good morning, happy Saturday. Today we are going to fly through the results of the Sotheby's Abu Dhabi sale. There are some big hitting cars in here. I did a preview of this auction just yesterday. Some of them you might not even know what they are, and I don't either. So what we're going to do for this video is I'm going to flash up first the car, and then we're going to play, or you can play along at home. Can you guess what the heck this car is? And then I'll tell you what it is. This is a 2016 Aston Martin Vantage GT12. That will then give us the estimate, $250,000 to $300,000. And then I'll flash up the sale price. We have got some cars that didn't sell. We've got some cars where they haven't revealed how much they are, but we're going to reveal that in this auction because you can't run a public auction and then claim that cars have sold for an undisclosed amount of money. So we're going to disclose as much as we can, and then we'll see what we can find. I know most of you like cheap cars as well, so I have snuck a Volvo in here. So look out for the secret Volvo that has snuck into this auction. So here we go. First car, Aston Martin Vantage GT12, $275,000 against an estimate of $250,000 to $300,000, so not doing too badly on that. Then we've got this one. I mean, you should all recognise that if you're not writing down Ferrari Testarossa. I don't mind if you didn't get the Monospecchio bit, but $150,000 to $200,000 on that.
120. I've seen gentleman with the hat at 120. I've got you, sir. At 120.
And it sells for $218,000. So the Testarossa is in demand, and I personally feel still undervalued. This is a Ferrari, you can tell from the badge, and you may not know, but this is a 599 GTO, which makes it a very cool and desirable Ferrari. Estimate $850,000 to £900,000, 927.5. So we're going above the upper estimate. Then you've got this, which, again, I mean, it does say on the side, which is a bit of a giveaway. This is a Ford GT, 2006, estimate $400,000 to £500,000. My guess would have been that that's a little bit low, and it goes for £612,500. So there we go. The estimate was low. People do like those Ford GTs. Then we've got the Singer Porsche. The giveaway is the wide arches and the big wide wheels. It's a 1991 911 by Singer. Estimate $1 million to 1.2, and on the day that makes that much, 1073750. So not too bad on the estimates. Then we've got this, which again, if you don't know what that is, I don't blame you, because I'm looking at that thinking, it's a 599, but it's missing the roof, but it's probably something special, and it is. It's an SA Aperta, 1.5 to 1.8 million, and it goes for 1.568. So again, we're about right on all of these. Now this one, I mean, you should be able to tell me exactly what that is just by looking at it. It is, of course, a Bugatti Veyron. It's a Nocturne edition, 1.975 million to 2.5 million, but it's undisclosed. It did not sell. I can reveal, though, the bidding reached 1.9 million. So they can't be far off. How was it that they weren't able to get a sale on that if the lower estimate's 1.975? Maybe a greedy seller. Next up, we've got this. That is a Ferrari Monza SP2. 2.25 to 2.75 million, and it does 2.5, so we're right in the middle on that one. Then you got this ugly brute. It's an AMG G63 700 6x6 by Brabus. Estimate was £700,000 to £850,000, but to be honest, this was a little bit embarrassing on the day because bidding only made it to £625,000. It remains unsold and is still available for sale on the website. Next up, the LaFerrari. I mean, this actually is an important supercar. It's one of, the Halo 3, LaFerrari, McLaren P1, and the Porsche Spider. This is estimated at 3 million to 3.5 million, and it makes 3.3. So right in the middle of the estimate. Then you've got this, which is a Ferrari of some sort, but I'm going out of my depth on my supercar knowledge here. It's an F12 TDF, but the TD bit doesn't stand for turbo diesel, so I've put there not a diesel. Estimate 1 million to 1.2, and it makes 1.1 basically, so not bad at all. Then you've got this, which is a McLaren Senna. Now, interestingly, we watched one of these fail to sell in the UK recently, but this one, against an estimate of $850,000 to $1.2 million, does $900,000, which actually represents a bit of a bargain based on how much they cost when they were new. Again, you should be recognising that. You probably had a poster of that on your wall as a child. That is a 1988 Lamborghini Countach. It is a 25th anniversary edition. Estimate $550,000 to $750,000, and on the day it makes $578,000. I personally think the Countach, like the Diablo, is undervalued at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what prices of those do. This is another Ferrari. It's a grey one, and grey is not a colour, but it is a 488 Pista Spider. £500,000 to £600,000 on the estimate, and it makes 612. So Ferraris are indeed in demand. This is a white one, and white is not a colour, and maybe that's why it was held back. This is an SF90 Stradale, £400,000 to £500,000, and embarrassingly, bids on the day only reached $250,000. Can I also just say as well, who was this? This was Sotheby's. Can you fire your auctioneer? Because the guy who does historics is so much more entertaining to watch. It's more entertaining to watch the chap from historics sell a 12 grand Ford than it is to watch your chap doing these multi-million pound cars. Also, the way you were cutting away to the other guy with the microphone, just so distracting. You might be a premium auction house, you might be selling multi-million pound cars, but I tell you what, you could learn a thing or two from the little guys. Anglia Classic Car Auctions and Historics, they do it so well. So, yeah, Sotheby's, take a note out of their book.
Try another, sir. 1.6, 1.7 million. At 1.7 million. At 1.7 million now. At 1.7.
At £2,100, then do watch out. It's going to sell at £2,100. The hammer is up. It's coming down. It's £2,100, and it is sold. £2,100. That's 3, 5, 4, 2, 3.
1.89, sorry, 1.9 million now. At 1.9, against you here, against you on the phones. At $1.9 million. Are we done? 1.9. Thank you, 1.9.
This is a delightful little car, isn't it?
Beautiful car. Comes with a number plate.
It's fitted with massage seats. It's got factory-fitted massage seats. How's that? Hands up if you want it for 5,000. 5,000 I'll take here. And starting here, I've no idea what I'm saying. Absolutely no idea.
You're doing a great job.
Vicky can explain.
This is a one-owner car with 1,300 miles on the clock, and it only reached 250 grand. But the best bit, new, this would have been $470,000 to $500,000. And yet this one's only done 1,300 miles and nobody wants it for any more than 250 grand. So there's something going on with the SF90 Stradale values, or it's because white is not a colour. Then you've got this. I mean, this is fantastic. This is a Pagani Zonda. And if you don't love Pagani Zondas, then there must be something wrong with you. This is a Riviera edition. Estimate, look at that, 9.5 to 10.5 million pounds. And it makes 10.1. Very in-demand car, the Pagani Zonda. And you should all recognise this. This is, of course, a 1990 Ferrari F40, one of my absolute dream cars. Estimate 3.2 to 3.7 million pounds, and on the day it makes 3.8. It goes above its upper estimate, and I think those Ferrari F40s have still got space to grow. This is a Porsche 918 Spider. It's a Weissach edition, Weissach, however you want to say it. 1.6 million to 2 million, and on the day it makes 1.7. So we are selling. Then you got this, which is a brownie green Ferrari. Not a clue what that is. Absolutely no idea. I can see the Ferrari badge, but other than that, I couldn't tell you. Turns out it's an SF90 XX Spider, which is apparently quite cool. 1.5 million to 1.9 million pounds, and bids only get to 1.2. I guess that's because the colour is a little bit Zelensky. Then you've got one that's gone missing. If anybody has seen the Aston Martin 177 that was estimated at 1.3 to 1.6, please could you contact Sotheby's? Because there's no note on the website as to where this car went, and the link actually just goes to a 404 error page. So, yeah, that's maybe been abandoned somewhere in Dubai, like many other supercars. This is another Ferrari, and I actually quite like the look of these. This is an 812 Competizione Panettone, which is not a pizza. That's 1.2 million to 1.5, and we make 1.3. Nice looking car. This is a Ferrari 458 Speciale, and it's a cool blue colour, and I've got my slides in the wrong order there. So it's a Speciale, and it makes £933,000, so we're well within the estimate range on the Ferrari. That, of course, you should be recognising as a Lamborghini Murcielago Roadster. Very cool car indeed. Estimate 500 to 600, and again I'm looking at that thinking that estimate is a bit low, and that's correct. It makes $650,000 on the day. Then again, my slides are in the wrong order, so pretend you didn't see that. Let's have a guess at what this is. Well, we know it's a Ferrari. It's a 458 Speciale, and we've got $400 to $500,000 estimate, and it makes $511,000. These 458s seem to be climbing. Then you've got a Porsche, and we've seen from the recent Iconics auction where they tried to sell a purple Porsche for $700,000 and embarrassingly didn't sell it, as I predicted that they wouldn't. This one's actually the same. The estimate's $370,000 to $450,000. And the bidding on the day only reaches $320,000. So they pass on that one. That one goes unsold. That's not a Kia. This is a Bentley. And I think it's absolutely fugly, but it was estimated at $900,000 to $1.3 million. It's a Bentley Burt Baccarat, and on the day, someone bid £876,000, which was below the lower estimate, but the auctioneers decided the car was so ugly, they were going to let it go anyway. This, of course, is it's actually that penultimate car. This is a Gordon Murray T50. They do not come up for sale very often. The estimate just simply says, I don't know, somewhere above 5 million. They don't have a clue because they don't come up for sale. So estimate is somewhere around 5 million and above, and it makes 5.6. And then arguably the most interesting car of the sale is this McLaren F1. Ordered originally in Brunei, it is a Royal Brunei car. It was yellow originally. It's been back to McLaren recently to be turned white and given the downforce kit. And it's estimated at £21 million. Anything above £21 million, and you can have it. And on the day, it is in demand. It is selling at £25.3 million. That is where McLaren F1 values are at the moment. Then finally, you've got this. This is a Volvo 850 T5. It was offered in an online auction in the UK just the other day with an estimate of £15,000 to £20,000. Possibly the cleanest example in the country, and it makes £19,784. And I've just realised from doing the research on this video, I know who bought it, and he is a proper Volvo geek, so it's gone to the right person. Finally, what I do want to talk about is which of these cars actually matter, because I don't think most of them do. But the 6 that I chose from this auction that I would actually want in my collection if I was, have the sort of person that had a multi-million-pound car collection: the Ford GT, the Zonda, the Testarossa, the Veyron, the F40, and the McLaren F1. But then that got me thinking, I don't really do supercars. I'm not that interested in supercars, but there are certain supercars that I do think actually matter. So I thought, well, what was missing from the auction? Let's have a chat. The Mercedes CLK GTR is absolutely up there for me. This as a road car really does matter. And then the Jaguar, well, that's quite pixelated. The Jaguar XJ220. I firmly believe that the Jaguar XJ220 is up there with some of the best. I do think they're undervalued, and I'm doing my very best to persuade Richard from Challenge the Road, who I know is watching this video, to buy one. Then you've got the Lamborghini Diablo, and I've chosen the SE30 in this beautiful violet colour. Absolute stunner. And the Bugatti EB110. I do think the EB110, for some reason, is just better and more important than the Veyron. And finally, the Ferrari F50. That makes up my roundup of supercars that I think actually matter. That is me covering a Sotheby's auction and sneaking in a Volvo. Let me know which cars you thought sold for ridiculous amounts of money. Are there any in the auction that you would have actually liked to buy? Do you think it's ridiculous? Is this completely irrelevant to the car world? Does any of this matter? And why am I still making this video? Let me know in the comments what you thought. We have got some sensible auction videos coming up because there is the WB and Sons auction with some really interesting cheapies coming up, I think, in the week. It might even be today. And one of the interesting cars in that auction is a BMW 328 Touring in violet, or it might be Madeira violet with tan interior, and it looks absolutely freaking stunning. But all my money at the moment is in either teeth or Volvos. So if you would like to buy a Volvo V70 diesel, not this car here, I've got one. If you want a diesel Volvo, do get in touch. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy your weekend.